Hey Ethan, so class tonight. Class this morning went really well. I let people know that I stopped the boycott of the rowing and biking just because I was realizing that trying to boycott those, or trying to not have the row bike stuff in Wednesday class was just leading to, I think, things getting smashed a little bit. And also I was just running out of creativity. So the row and bike are in tonight's workout. What we have is we have 3 stations. They're going to work for 7.5 minutes at each. They should be getting a solid 2.5 to 3.5 rounds through at each station in those 7.5 minutes. And they'll have 2.5 minutes of rest between stations. For the warm-up, we just did the dynamic warm-up in place. For a more specific warm-up, I had them do 2 rounds of Tabata, so 20 seconds work, 10 seconds of rest. First 20 seconds, they're doing high knees, really trying to get those knees up nice and high. Second round, butt kicks. Third round, burpees. I don't care if those are chest to floor plank style, and they're gonna do that through 2 times. That was just to get the heart rate up and to get things a little extra warm. Then I explained the workout. And I demoed everything, and then I gave them 3 minutes to kind of practice some of the movements that they were less familiar with, get a feel for the weights on some things. So yeah, giving them about 3-ish minutes to do that, and then we got into the workout. For the workout, especially for the bike and row station, the bike and row should be kind of steady paced because the wall balls and the ball slams are gonna jack up their heart rate. And so they want to keep to a more steady kind of push on the row and bike, even though it is for calories, they don't want to try and kill themselves on there. They just want a nice steady push. So first station, we've got between 6 to 10 calories on the rower, and then 10 TRX rows. Those TRX rows, I had them set up about hip height or a little bit lower, and then just told people, hey, if you want to make them harder, walk in farther. If you want to make them easier, walk out a little bit. And just nice TRX rows here. Again, I wasn't picky about grip, whether palms up, palms down, neutral, whatever. And then 15 wall balls. The big thing to stress on wall balls is that a lot of times you'll see people just kind of want to do a little push press wall ball. It's a full squat and punching it out. Full squat, punch it out. So make sure that they're getting in that full squat each time, and they've got 15 of those. So as many rounds through as they can get of those 3 movements in the 7.5 minutes. Then they'll get 2.5 minutes of rest. And then we've got between a 5 to an 8 calorie bike, 10 toe touches. So toe touches, I had them laying on their back with their feet up, bring their hands all the way to the floor and all the way up. 1, 2, 3, making sure that they're coming down all the way. It's not just we're hanging out and reaching up a little bit. So 10 of those, and then 15 ball slams. Big thing to stress on the ball slams is that they're really dropping their butt low. It should be somewhere between a squat and a hinge. We don't want them really hinging because people tend, as they get tired, to just round their back. So really dropping it low, all the way up tall, slamming it down. On the ball slams, I did want people trying to go heavier than they normally might. So if normally they were working with a 15, maybe they're trying 20. Maybe if normally they're doing 20, they're trying to 30 for those ball slams. Nobody needs to go heavier than 30 because it jumps up to 50, and that's just, yeah. No, nobody needs to be doing ball slams with 50. So that's station 2. Station number 3. So as far as setup-wise, rowers were kind of here, and then the TRX rows and the wall balls. Then we had the bike with just some empty space here, so they could do the toe touches and ball slams. And then lastly, next to the dumbbell rack, they're doing their farmer's carries. So from the orange dashed line to the end of the rubber and back, they're doing that twice. And then they're doing 5 on each side of a step up. I had the boxes, so I had 2 18s and a 12, and then as well as I had sitting off to the side a 3 and 2 6s, so people could change the height as they wanted to. So the boxes were sitting where the bikes and rowers normally are. They're doing 5 on each side of a step up. Those can be body weight, or they can take the dumbbell that they're going to use for their dumbbell plank pull-throughs and use that to hold on to goblet while they're doing their step-ups. And then they're doing 8 on each side, so 16 total of a dumbbell plank pull through. Couple of things to note on that plank pull through. Number one is just good plank position. The big thing that I see people get into is that they kind of start to come where their wrists are way out in front and they're like that. So making sure wrists are stacked underneath the shoulders, we're in a nice straight line. And then the other thing is just making sure, number one, that they're actually pulling it through, not pushing it across, and also not lifting it across. It should be a pull through. And with that, making sure that they're getting out nice and wide. Sometimes people get tired and it ends up here to where like they're the inside of the wrist. They should be getting all the way to outside of the hand, outside of the shoulder. Yeah, and then for a cool down, I started out with some traveling notebooks. So on their side, coming over, letting that leg follow, other leg, arm, traveling notebooks, and then I did some hamstring stretching, so in a V-sit and reaching towards that opposite side. And then I did, what else did I do? Oh, and then I ended with some chest stretch. So on the floor here, and then have that hand out to the side. They're pushing away to get a nice chest stretch and just hanging out there. Yeah, like I said, it was a good class, went well. I will be hopping into class tonight, so looking forward to a good workout. And yeah, see you tonight. Thanks, Ethan.